The best ever was I'm on a fucking creative run. I think Jimmy pulled for me and Ken Phillips.
Yeah.
Both of you guys like, give Joey a headliner. So I take Vinny Lightbulbs with me, and we're in fucking Knoxville, Tennessee. Great town, college town, a fucking album store, second to none. I dropped my whole pay. I think they paid $175 to headline.
Yeah.
I dropped the whole fucking check on that motherfucker in that store. I think I got a little coke. We did like Clark, Tennessee. We did like all those burbs, and then we ended up the week in Knoxville. I get on stage. There's like 40 people in the audience. I get on stage and I'm doing my fucking jokes. They're not working. It's the Bible Belt. I'm eating a bag of dicks. But in the audience, Jimmy Shubert is the hottest woman you've ever seen in your life. I can't take my eyes off this bitch from the stage. I'm going, how is this chick in Knoxville, Tennessee? Blonde, bite-sized titties. This is 20 years. This is 1997. Maybe 98. I'm doing my stuff, and all of a sudden they want to heckle me. They want to start heckling, talking about sucking dick. And I'm like, what's going on over here? And she's like, my husband, when we go home tonight, he wants me to suck the neighbor's dick for $30. And then they go into a whole spiel about how he brings it to the job site on Fridays. He has a truck, and he puts a bed in the back, and everybody fucks up for $30. This chick was gorgeous. She didn't even know how hot she was. Nobody ever told her. Knowing her and her family, he probably bought her from her father for like $10 and a night for some shit.
Jesus.
Like, she was gorgeous, guys. And she's telling all these stories. When he has UFC fights, and the guys come in the bedroom and fuck me during the fight for $20. I mean, this is crazy shit. So the show ends. I fucking, whatever. Thank you for coming. I go to the bathroom. I take a piss. I'm going to my hotel room. Before I go to my hotel room, there she is in the hotel lobby. And she's like, all those stories I said were true. Blah, 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 blah. I suck dick. I'm like, listen, you want to suck dick? Let's see what you got. So we go in the bathroom. We start swapping spit. And she sucks my dick. No big deal. She goes, I had a great time. I'll see you later. I got to go back to my table. I go to my room, roll a joint, smoke, and I go back downstairs. There's maybe 9 people in the fucking audience for the second show in Knoxville. Vinny Lightbulbs is featuring. He goes up there. Now I'm looking at her. I'm like, what the fuck is she still doing here? God damn it. I thought it was a to-go blowjob. She fucking lurked over with her husband. And I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me, and she's holding on to her eye because she's hammered. It's like her 22nd birthday. The girl is fucking lit. And she's looking over at me. Now all of a sudden, Vinny Lightbulbs go, coming up, Joey Diaz. I go up, down. How you guys doing? 8 minutes, 9 minutes into my set. This chick starts crying. And then she goes, I sucked the comedian's dick, and he came in my mouth. And her husband got up. He's like, what? And I'm like, no, she didn't. And it's going off in the showroom. She's like, I sucked his dick, and he came in my mouth. And he's like, what are you talking about? You sucked his dick? And all of a sudden he's like, I want my $40. He's yelling about his $40. I want my $40. Did he come in your mouth? That's an extra $20. $40. They had to hold him. The cops came. Bro, he's like, no matter what happens, I'm getting my $40. And I'm like, holy shit. The next night I went down there. He didn't show with her. She didn't show. And that was that. Like, those are the things that you can't write. You're not going to see that on Seinfeld. You're not going to see that on Larry David. But it's so crazy. I know, listen, you're not going to see that on there. This is what happens by doing. This is part of the allure. Like, you can't read this shit in a book. Nothing prepares you for this journey unless you do it. That whole experience, that weekend, probably somewhere it helped my career, like my comedy, somewhere. Because that's what it is. You're going out into the fucking highway. You know that Judas Priest song, Heading Out to the Highway?
Yeah.
I got nothing to lose at all.
It's interesting.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, but it's like when you watch when Will Smith smacked Chris Rock on the Academy Awards, and like I said that was probably one of the most unprofessional fucking things I think I've ever seen. While simultaneously on Chris Rock's part being the most professional thing to be able to hold it together. I mean, that guy able to hold it together and then just like kind of go on and present the show. And I said, that's that stand-up training. You got to do stand-up training. Like, it's like, I mean, I'm telling you, he was probably shocked. I was like, I just got smacked on what? Like, what the fuck just happened? But he's dropped into that stand-up gear and go, okay, we're going to bring the presenters up and just kind of do it for her. I think once you got backstage, you probably freaked out a little bit like, that motherfucker is really fucking sly. That's fucking insane.
That's a good point. I never thought about it from that perspective because it's true.
It's stand-up training.
A true stand-up, when you're doing 20 years in the store, following people, you know, listen, if you do 20 years on a ship, you're Christopher Columbus. I mean, if you do fucking 20 years from, you know, in Green Bay and all that shit, you become really good. I mean, guys, you get, like, I remember when I did the episode of Marin. Like, I hadn't acted in like a month or two. But it shocked me, guys. With the work I was doing on that, shocked me. Like, where'd this come from?
Yeah.
The 17 weeks I spent on The Longest Yard. That's a long time to be acting in a row.
Yeah.
In a row. We usually act 1 week and then we move on for 8 months.
Yeah.
Then you got 1 day and then you move on. But 17 weeks, that teaches you shit. That teaches you how to prepare the camera, how to look, how to block.
Yeah,
I could rock with anybody.
And my buddy, Rob Cullen, him and his brother Mark Cullen, they wrote a bunch of shit, nominated Back in the Game. They put me in a bunch of stuff. But he says, you know, he did that show called Lucky with Billy Gardell and Craig and Rob. But he goes, I love working with stand-ups because you guys don't fucking flinch, you know. It's like, you know, a lot of these actors are like, man, it's just like, you don't even know what fucking sucks is, all right? This is fucking great. Let's get it on, you know, because it's like, because you do all those fucking gigs. I want my $40.
Yeah, you do all those fucking things.
Now you're acting, and you know that's great though. I love doing that. I love being able to mix it up.
I advise any young comic. All these young comics have these new fucking brainwave ideas about, you know, they're all focused about social media. And I get it, guys. I get the social media angle more than anybody. I love it too. But I'm going to tell you something. The most important thing you could do is to get those first 5 years and get yourself into the worst situations you can. For me, jiu-jitsu, it would be for me to go to class every day and have somebody lay on my fucking chest and me get up. It'd either be a black belt choking me and me get out from that position. That's what doing those triple runs. Nobody wants to do triple runs. Everybody wants to do the improv. Everybody wants to do a theater. But nobody wants to do these one-nighters. And guys, that's where your fucking strength's going to come from.
Plus, it's the greatest adventure.
It's the greatest adventure.
Dude, doing stand-up comedy has brought me to freaking Israel, Ireland, all over Europe, Munich, and through Germany and Edelweiss, and doing some military tours in China and Asia and South America and all over America. Like, it's a great, giant adventure, man, if you can get out there. And that's what it's about, I think. I think that's the journey of getting out there and doing it and living that life. You're right. You know, everything on social media, but it's, you know, you got to do that, but you also.
I watched an interview with a young comic a couple of weeks ago. He's going on the road and doing a tour, and the guy's sitting there like talking about he's got this new idea for comedy, and there's this new age, and I'm like, you know, I've been hearing this shit for 2,000 fucking years. This bullshit, and it happens every day in America. Don't lift weights. Climb up a wall. That's better for you.